Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing a 3-minute game on chess.com. I just typed /3. I'm in the pool. Okay, so facing a 2450. Let's play a mainline Grunfeld. I've been playing this Queen A4 check line quite a bit. I like the positions that this produces. This kind of contains black's activity in the Grunfeld, I've found. And now let's go Queen A3. Prophylactic move, anticipating C5. I think I'm going to play Bishop G5 here, just to make him think twice about taking. And let's see what he does. I'm curious if he'll chase me all the way, G5, G4. He could try that, because if G4 knight here, he maybe could have profited from the doubled pawns. But, okay, I'm okay with this development. Let's go here. Eyeing up his queen on D8. Very tempted to take. Taking might provide some concrete way of continuing, some problems for him with Bishop B5. So just going to play a little 3-minute session here. Few games, nothing too long. I think he has to play Queen C8 here. This is just bad, isn't it? And if he plays Bishop F5, I have C6. So it looks like he's just losing material here. Yeah, Bishop takes E4 was too greedy. So he does play that. Okay, so his idea is C6, A6, but I can just drop my bishop back if that's the case. I can also take first and then play C6. It might even be better. This is one of these things you hate to think too much, but I'm gonna do this. I'll keep it simple. Yeah, and I saw he can take this pawn perhaps, but even if he takes it this way, I think I just run my king over, hide on G1. I'm in really good shape. I wanted that pawn to survive. So yeah, let's just go over here. I can always create luft for my king, H3 or H4. This pawn is a monster. Queen takes E7 is a threat. Yeah, Queen E2 is about the only active move he has. Queen B3 looks fine. I could just move the rook. I think I'm going to move the rook. Nah. Now let's play Queen B3. Keep the rook on the file, protecting the pawn. Now Bishop C7 should be just winning material. There's not a particular rush to play that move, though. Yeah, let's play this first. I don't think he can stop this move anyways, so feel a little bit more secure, especially in a blitz game. Just give you my king the H2 square. Okay. And he resigned. Okay. Let's get back in the pool again. So I haven't posted a YouTube video in a hot minute. I did stream the other day on Twitch, but last week I was out in Tucson, Arizona at a camp. So I was out there. Some familiar faces in the chess world were there. Danny Wrench, the vice president of chess.com. Daniel Naroditsky, who's a great guy and an extremely strong player. He was there. I got to play him in a bunch of bullet games. Yeah, he's just as strong OTB as he is online. Okay, let's play E3. We'll go queen here. So bishop b4 is the main move. I never seem to get an edge out of this, but I kind of like playing it in blitz. So here and now this. But I really should look into a different way to play this line. I gotta play this innocuous variation. Okay, bishop back to F1. I do have the bishop pair, though, so that's what I'm banking on here, that bishop pair somehow being relevant. I think queen b6 is decent for him. You could consider knight e4, definitely knight e4 followed by g5. It does demand that black play actively, though. Okay, this move. So this invites some trades. He's going to get the file at the end if I trade, though. I would have the bishops, but he gets the file. Let's keep a little more tension. Let's go here. No coffee right now, but I do have my mint tea. I'm trying to taper as the day goes on, you know? Like, have the coffee in the morning, but then taper to tea, right? Okay, now queen d6 looks awfully tempting. Maybe I can prep that move, though. But now, let's do it now. I want the c-file. And if he trades, I'm happy. I feel like I have a slight edge. Let's squeeze with the pair of bishops. Rook d8, maybe bishop c7. And then go here. Yeah, let's do that. Also, I like my pawn on f3, even though I do have doubled pawns and this pawn's isolated, but it stops knight e4. So if I were to play, say, rook c3 as a prelude to doubling, nothing he can do about that to harass my rooks. Okay, so now this was my plan. When he can't use the d8 square, so he either has to give me the file or move this rook away. And I think my plan will be the same. Double up. If bishop c2 trying to block, I have bishop d3. And looks like he'll lose material. Rook d6. I should be able to come away with an extra pawn somehow. So this is getting dangerous for him now because he's worse and he's down almost a minute on the clock. One of the reasons I'm playing 3-0 is I want to train myself for... Ooh, let's throw in this check. For these Arena Kings. That's the time control in the Arena Kings. And I know I can make a lot of progress in this time control. Let's go here. I do have to be wary of this situation. Make sure he doesn't slip in some sort of favorable e5. Plays g5. Okay. So b5 awfully tempting here. b5 might lead to some problems with his rook. Like if he takes this pawn and then rook d6, bishop c7 or bishop c5 wins an exchange, I think. Okay, so he's going to gamble g4. Probably just take this guy. Okay, so this is idea rook d6 after all this. Trying to tie me down. I don't think I care about that too much because I have rook b8. And that also gets out of the way of e5. Now it feels like he has to attack. I think he's got to do something aggressive against my king. But I feel like I should always be able to rebuff any attack here. Maybe bishop e2 now. Yeah. So I can't move that bishop when my bishop's on a6. So bishop e2, trying to gain a tempo on this. Ah, okay. But I have this move. It's very handy. But rook c6 was a clever reply. Looking for back rank business. But now I think he's probably just losing. So bishop here. Let's throw on f3 first. Just so my king can always come up. Okay, so he's hitting the rook. Let's go here. No, I'm just going to push. Let's push again. Make some improving moves. I think that a pawn's going to be too strong. Okay, so we took that one. I'll play this guy again since he is a title player, unless I get a game real quick. Oop, I got another game. I keep getting white. I don't know why I keep getting white, but I won't complain about it too much. Third white in a row. Play another main line. Okay, Queen's Indian defense. He's playing the older variation with bishop b7 rather than bishop a6. So now black usually plays knight e4, because otherwise white's going to play like this and look for e4. This is playable for black, but I think it's a little bit worse. He's kind of cramped. Okay, e5. Let's take the space. Okay, let's go b3. So this is a prelude to going a3 and b4. But you avoid a potential way for black to lock down the queen side if you play a3 first. He might go knight c5 and then a4. So I'm trying to avoid that. So now I'll probably play rook b1. Yeah, let's go rook b1. It looks cumbersome to do this, but it's a good way of prepping this queenside avalanche. And his counterplay on the king side is lacking. He's probably going to try to set up f5, but he's not in a good position to do it. It'd be much better if his bishop was back here. This is one of the problems, I think, of playing this way for black. Hope you guys have all been having a good summer. I've had a busy one. Yeah, camps. I'm teaching another camp in Charlotte, North Carolina. Coming up August 5th through 10th, I'll be out there. So if you're in the Charlotte area, I want to stop by the chess center they have there, please do. World Championship is fast approaching this November. I'm going to try to make it out to London. Might do it as part of a Chessable meetup as well, since we are a UK-based company. I think Fabiano has a 30 to 35% chance. I said that a while ago. That's in line with what I've heard from other people as well. It's too bad that his form recently, especially in Blitz and Rapid, has just not been very good. I mean, historically, he's not a great Blitz and Rapid player, but I don't think this is going to scare Magnus very much. The way that Fabiano's been playing at these fast time controls. You might have seen the Speed Chess Championship on chess.com, where he lost to Aronian by a wide margin. Sorry if that spoiled it for anyone, but it was it was a day or two ago. Okay, so here, knight takes a4 just wins a pawn. He's going to set up maybe some sort of bind, but it's a pretty clean pawn. I think I'm going to go for it. But he can try this and then queen a8. No, we'll play that way. Okay. Kind of tempted to play queen d1 here. I don't know, though. That maybe gives him a chance to regroup. Let's think about this. So I need to unpin my knight from the a-pawn. So taking looks like the most direct way to do that. Maybe take and then c5, huh? I think some b5 stuff. Trying to avoid spending this amount of time, but okay, I'm going to do this. He might have rook a7 and then queen a8, but I think I'm just going to give that pawn and put the knight on d3 and look for c5. I didn't see a good way to solve that issue. Makes me think knight takes a4 was a little rushed on my part. I don't know. Not analyzing these games after the fact. It's just rapid fire this session. 3-minute games. Okay, so he goes knight there. Active. If f4, he jumps into g4. So... Ooh, is he going to go... He's threat is d3, though. He's also threatening that. Yeah, he's getting more active than I would like here. Definitely. It's a big threat, actually. Big threat. Okay. You win. I'm going to do that. Just going to have play on the dark squares here. Knight e3 now. Okay, but I can look for e5, even after he sinks the knight into e3. Time. So take. If I take, I run into problems. Let's play a prophylactic move. Okay, make him think about this bishop. Maybe knight here coming. Let's go here. He is very active here. Time scramble. We are time scrambling now. He's playing a little slower than I am, though. I think I've got good chances here. Maybe mostly because of his internet. That was a blunder on his part. It's a big turnaround. Take that. Okay, so up a rook. All right, so messy game at the end. Yeah, I think, again, I said I wasn't really going to analyze these games, but I underestimated knight d4. I did see that that move was possible, but it didn't dawn on me how difficult it was to solve this knight on a4, pawn on a3 dilemma. So I took. Taking is probably a mistake. Even after I took, I thought his plan, and then bishop d2, I thought his plan would be rook a7, queen a8, which is probably decent for black, but knight e5 was much stronger. That highlights a lot of issues I have here. This, d3, if f4, then, you know, potentially what you saw in the game too, but mostly the threat is d3 and take on c4, I think. I guess I can go to b3 if he plays d3. I don't think I saw that. I think I saw... Why do I keep getting white? All right. Well, fourth white in a row. Danny, I know you like me, but you don't have to give me white every game. Okay, let's play a standard Dutch. You can either go classical, bishop e7. Okay, he's going to play a stonewall. So let's try to profit from not having moved this knight yet. This is one thing you can try to do. Bishop, knight here, propping up bishop f4. I tried this in a game and didn't actually get that much of an edge, but it's supposed to be a move order issue for black. Maybe some Dutch connoisseurs, some Stonewall Dutch connoisseurs can chime in about that. Okay, rook c1 is always useful here. So yeah, let's do this. I'm angling for e5. I'd like to establish my knights e5, f4. Tempted to play knight e5 here. I wonder if I'm walking into g5 though. Probably am. Let's take. And then pivot. So I'm going to do this to try to get both knights aimed at e5. There's a lot of maneuvering that goes on in this line. Black might be able to break with c5 at some point soon here, though. It's a common way of liberating this bishop. So my opponent might just be looking for the right moment to do that. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty clear indication what he's going for. I'm tempted to try to discourage that somehow. I'm not seeing a great way, though. So I'm just going to jump in. Maybe I take with a pawn here, huh? Pawn takes. Not something you typically do, though. Now, let's keep the structure nice, but he's going to go here. Now there's tension. There's lots of tension in the center. Okay, I'm gonna play this move. You know, if there is pawn tension with this square situation, and it often happens this way, d4, c4, d5, c5, sometimes it's good just to keep it, like play a useful move, keep the tension. Now, I can establish a good knight versus bad bishop scenario. The only thing is the center's pretty volatile. So if I take and then queen h5 maybe, that's interesting. Let's try that. Threatening on f7. Takes that way. Okay. Maybe I should have given that more thought, but I'm just going to go here. I want to be able to play this move, if possible. If he takes, maybe I just recapture. There's this g6 move that has to be calculated. Okay, I'm glad he played a defensive move there, because I think he could have actually captured. He was, you know, clearly trying to discourage me from doing that, but I think capturing would have been better. This is still unclear, though. I mean, I don't even know if I'm better here. Perhaps not, but Yeah, that other line worried me more. Queen b4, okay. Just stabilize. So I got to be constantly aware that he might open this long diagonal. e6 is weak. Knight d7 is always possible. Don't see really a way to get through on the king side, though. I'm going to pull back here and maybe look for a queen trade. My favorite motif in chess. The queen trade. Okay, now though, I'm going to pop back out here and try to attack this pawn. Unclear situation, heading into some time pressure. Maybe rook f5. And if I take, he can double. Unclear consequences. Okay, let's take this. Maybe with this in mind. Okay, so he wants the doubling. I'm going to force things in the center. I don't really see a good way to play this, so we're going in the center. I'm going to push this pawn. d7. Yeah, keep pushing, I guess. If he takes, then go here. I'm really low on time. But my d-pawn is strong. My d-pawn is very strong. Okay, stop rook g5. And I can try rook d6 next. It's not easy for black either. It's going to take that pawn on h4. That doesn't seem right, though. Okay, try this. Check. If he takes, I have rook e8. Okay, got him on the clock. That was sharp at the end. I just offered him a rematch. Yeah, that was really sharp. I think I misplayed that, though, in the middle game. All right, finally I get a black game. You guys know what time it is. I tell you to get the Scandi emojis up. Let's play a Queen A5 variation. But this is not Twitch. Okay, so you definitely play the Queen A5 variation a bit different than you play Queen D8. So you're more apt to play this C6 Bishop F5 setup. And White Castle's short. I don't think this is that challenging to black, so I'm already kind of happy to see this. Let's just develop. Let's set a little trap. He saw it, but I can swing this over with some pressure. Take on F3 next. I like this structure. Definitely do not mind playing this middle game. He wants to get into E4. I guess or into D6 rather. I guess I'll let him. Knight B6. No, let's go here. So getting ready for some possible pressure here. B5 is interesting. Let's do that. If he takes, I might take with the knight. To try to hit this and go after this pawn. So he pulls back. And now I think A6 would be a good way to stabilize the queen side. I don't know though, B5 is double-edged. In a way it discourages C4, but now that I put my pawn on A6, maybe he doesn't mind going C4. Let's go here. I'm curious if he'll lock up this side of the board, B4, and maybe knight C5. But B4 creates a weakness on C3, so that's not completely one-way traffic either. C5, B4. So many options. Let's go here. Kind of invites this move, but I'm thinking maybe knight into B4 after that. I feel like white's better here, though. Two bishops. I think he's got to be for choice. Do I have F5, F4? That might win a piece. He has knight D6. But I think I'm willing to make that trade. Okay, he overlooked it. Yeah, that was the point of F5. Because strategically, F5 is a terrible move. Weakening E6, but he overlooked that this was the point of it. Okay, take that. Now he's hitting E6. I think let's just guard it like that. And now just play faster, John. Don't fall into the trap of taking too long. It's not going to be super easy to break down his position. He's got a much better pawn structure than I have. But an extra piece is almost always winning, everything else being equal. Okay, let's just do this. Bring this knight out now. I think getting C5 in is the way to go. Yeah, let's do that. Even if I trade the bishop for the knight, I think it's fine. Two knights. Knights cover a lot of ground too. Okay, let's keep this bishop. He's going to double. And then I think rook D6. Guard. Taking on C3. He's going here. He's going to go there next. Let's try to disrupt that plan. Take on F4. Definitely missed that he could do that. But maybe it won't matter too much. I don't know. This pawn's a goner now, though. Is a problem. Okay, take. It's nothing. It's pin. I'm trying to set this up. Now he can just move his king somewhere. Ooh, or that move. Yikes. All right, John, move faster. I'm still up material, but I'm floundering a little bit. I lost E6. Anybody's game here. I think I'm still better, but definitely not as easy as it once was. Sort of a weird standoff situation. Like, I can't really move my king. I guess I can play king H8, but F5. Okay, so you want knight F4. Knight F4. Okay, let's do this. I don't know what to play there. Just try to get out of the pin, basically. What? Okay. That was strange. Okay, now this is completely winning for me. I can play knight E6, but I have rook. Rook takes F2. And then take here next. And take his bishop. Oh, this rook was just hanging there, but what can you do? Okay. Got the win. That was tricky. That was very tricky. He definitely had better there. Grandmaster Mitkov. Nikola Mitkov. I actually played him OTB somewhat recently. He beat me. Okay, let's play bishop G5. Let's take. Let's play this variation. So we've transposed into Rogozin territory. Definite theory here. Don't think I want to play that. I'm going to pull back and offer a queen trade. I don't like that queen on G6. That was really cramping my style. Now he'll trade. It was preventing my bishop from developing was the big problem there. Let's take. Okay, so he needs to move this knight. But maybe I can profit from the fact that I'm a little bit better coordinated, huh? So let's do this. And now. Okay, so let's jump in. I'm going to do something sophisticated looking. F6, I'm going to try to put the knight on D3. Try to do it anyways. I think he's going to clamp with A4. Just trying to find a logical rearrangement of my pieces. Knight F5. Ah, he's headed for D6. Smart idea. Very smart. Okay, this is the threat now, though. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. Okay. His knight's defending. Don't forget about those backward knight moves. Okay, let's jump in. King E7, maybe E4. Oh, no, it's probably bad. Okay, let's just keep taking space. Pivot. H-pawn's likely to be weak, isn't it? You can play G5. Yeah, I think I'm losing the thread here a little bit. I'm giving him easy play against my weaknesses. This is bad. Too easy. Rook H8. That knight is just a beast on that square, too. I gotta sack a pawn now. Give up H2. And he still has a solid position. Okay, I'll try for something here. Yeah, man. This is just going from bad to worse. Okay, decent knight, but nothing else really working for me. Down 2 pawns. See if I can somehow drum something up. Not too optimistic. Maybe he'll blunder. When you're into the maybe your opponent will blunder phase, that's usually a bad sign. Yep, that's pretty good. Sack another pawn. Oh, he doesn't even take it. Cruel. Very cruel. He likes his connectors too much. This is close to resignable with the time, but keep playing a little bit. Some tricks may be in the position. Not really threatening anything, though. Oh, man. That's why you keep playing, I guess. Just as I said I wasn't threatening anything. That was a helpmate right there. Yeah, I mean, he can still avoid this, of course. He can play king d6. But, all right. That one's a pretty good one to end with, I think, guys. I have to run anyways. So, yeah, just getting worked in this game. The problem in these structures is if the knight gets to d6. That's a big issue. After this, I didn't come up with any sort of good plan. My play really ground to a halt. So I think knight d3 is a pretty big mistake. If he can just transfer his knight to d6 seamlessly. Someone said in the chat, I wanted to type time to resign, John. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I mean, certainly in a longer time control game, I would have resigned. But that's what makes chess fun, right? If you're playing an engine or something, you don't get that sort of satisfaction. They don't walk into stalemates like that. Or into checkmate nets. Or stalemates, really. All right. That was a fun one, guys. Not perfect. Not a perfect session. It's probably close to losing a couple games. Was definitely lost this game, but all right. Getting back in the 3-0 habit. And I am streaming the Arena Kings on chess.com on my Twitch channel, which is in the description below if you're interested in checking that out. Been mostly streaming on Mondays and Wednesdays in the afternoon, U.S. Central Time. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll be back again soon.